Good morning, everyone. My name is Yasir Gulfraz, and today we will discuss our first session of strategic leadership, which is understand the principle, concept, differences, and approaches to contemporary leadership. So, before I get started, if there is anyone, can you guys see my screen? Can you hear my voice? Please let me know if there is any issue. So let's get started. Right, so this unit aims to provide you with the deep understanding of leadership fundamentals while equipping you with the knowledge and skills needed to be a effective leader and team player in modern organization. Key terminology. Uh, we will first explore the key principles and concepts of leadership. These include vision, uh, which involves setting a clear direction, communication, ensuring transparency, uh, and uh, and understanding and decision making, which requires balancing short term actions with long term strategy and goals. So, we will also talk about long term and short term, uh, examine the bit traditional and contemporary leadership approaches. We will discuss various leadership approaches such as transformational leadership, transitional leadership, and situational leadership. So, leader, what is we will also talk about uh, who is leader and who is manager. Leader is an individual who influences other to work toward achieving a common goal. By setting an example, a leader motivates and inspires people to follow. The essence of leadership lies in being the first to act, guiding others through actions that align with shared objectives. Manager, on the other hand, is responsible for overseeing a specific parts of an organization. Manager may manage departments, teams, or even entire organizations. So their primary role involves planning, organizing, and controlling activities to ensure objectives are met. uh, for example, a restaurant manager oversees operations within a restaurant, ensuring efficiency and customer satisfaction. Here, some differences, a chart showing some differences between leaders and manager. There are difference between managers and leaders. Manager focus on process and ensure tasks are done correctly, while leader focus on people and strive to do the right things. Managers plan, organize, direct, and control, whereas leaders inspire, influence, motivate, and build relationships. Managers adhere to established rules and follow systematic procedures. Leaders, on the contrary, aim to shape entities by encouraging creativity and innovation. So these differences highlight the unique approaches required for managing system versus leading people. Any questions so far? Any question regarding differences between manager and leadership? Right. So again, leadership versus management. Leadership involves setting a clear direction and creating a compelling vision for a team or organization. Leaders inspire shared values and guide individuals through motivation and example. They are skilled at resolving conflicts, identifying teams, dynamics, and assembling the right mix of skills for success. Management focuses on the practical execution of goals. Managers understand team objectives, create task lists, assign responsibilities, and monitor work output and quality. Effective management also include reporting progress, maintaining control over projects, and ensuring alignment with organizational goals. Leader. Who is leader and what is leadership? Uh, Anyone can explain if anyone there? Anyway, in simple words, a leader establishes a vision, motivates others, and fosters accountability. Leadership encompasses the ability to influence, inspire, and guide a group towards a common aim. So, this requires aligning team members, motivating them to take action, and ensuring collective responsibility for performance. So, here is a further discussion about leadership. So, explain the meaning and importance of leadership. Uh, Leadership is the ability to guide and influence individuals towards achieving specific objective. It is essential for improving employees' uh, performance and productivity. Effective leaders set a clear vision, enabling team members to understand and align with organizational goals. Leadership fosters direction, guidance, and enthusiasm within team. So, according to Keith Davis, uh, leadership, one of the writer or author, uh, according to him, uh, leadership involves persuading others to work toward defined objectives with enthusiasm. So, this process ensures that individuals feel motivated and engaged, leading to the successful accomplishment of goals. Leadership. Leadership involves establishing direction, influencing others, and aligning them with organizational objectives. It also requires motivating individuals and holding them accountable for the performance. Theories of leadership vary, with some emphasizing authority as described by Max Weber, while others focus on traits or behaviors. Great man theory and trait theory suggest the leadership arises from inherent qualities such as confidence or intelligence. Uh, Conversely, behavioral theories argue that leadership is shaped by actions and decisions rather than personality traits. Both perspectives contribute to understand leadership in practice. Leadership definition. Leadership is often defined as the process of influencing individuals to achieve a shared goal. According to Northouse 2007, leadership combines knowledge and skills to direct and motivate teams effectively. Rost 1991 describes it as a relationship built on mutual purpose and significant change. Uh, Sanj et al. 1999 define it as the capacity to sustain meaningful change within a community. So these definitions emphasize leadership's dynamic and collaborative nature. Any questions so far? Leadership and management differ significantly. Difference between again leadership and management, so they differ significantly in their processes and outcomes. In simple Simply, if I define in simple words, management focuses on planning, budgeting, and maintaining structures. Uh, Leaders, however, establish vision and inspire others to achieve it. Managers display a logical and impersonal approach to tasks, so while leaders exude passion and drive. Managers prioritize stability, uh, ensuring predictable result through controlled process. Leaders, on the other hand, energize teams and encourage innovative solutions, often taking calculated risk. Both roles are essential for achieving organizational success, but they address different aspects of uh, operations and people management. Style of leadership or leadership styles. Leadership styles describe how leaders exercise authority and interact with their teams. So these styles reflect a leader's behavior and approach to decision making. Four commonly recognized styles, including authorization, paternalistics, democratic, and laissez-faire. Author, Authoritarian leadership, autocratic. Basically, it is called autocratic leaders. They hold autocratic leaders uh, hold onto a small powers, so they involve centralized decision making and minimal delegations. The leader holds significant power or top down communications and a formal control system. This style is often characterized by reward and penalties to ensure compliance. This authoritarian leadership may be effective when team members are inexperienced, unskilled, or required close supervision. Uh, but it limits creativity and input from subordinates. This approach aligns with McGregor's theory X, with assumes that employees needs strict guides and oversight to perform effectively. Paternalistic leadership. Uh, Paternalistic leadership focuses on making decisions in the best interest of employees. It draws connection to Alton Mayo's theories, which emphasize addressing workers' needs. So this style resembles a parent-child relationship where the leader acts as a father figure. While it involves minimal delegation, it softens the strictness of uh, authoritarian leadership, often lead to increased employees' motivation and reduce staff turnover. So, a key characteristics of paternalistic leadership is the leader's practice of explaining decisions to employees, ensuring transparency and fostering trust. So, this approach can be effective in nurturing loyalty and creating a sense of belonging among employees. Any question? Democratic leadership distributes decision-making powers across the group, encouraging collaboration and involvement. This style allows employees to participate in decisions, through it may slow down the process. They emphasize on delegation and consultation, make this approach empowering as employees feel their input is valued. However, the leader retains the final authority. So this style is often favored due to its positive emotional effects, fostering motivations and morale. It works best with skilled and independent employees who can handle responsibilities effectively. A possible trade off exists between the benefit of inclusivity and the need for timely decisions. Laissez-faire leadership, uh, meaning to leave alone, grants employees the autonomy of manage tasks and make decisions. Uh, Leaders consciously delegate power while stepping back from daily decision making. This approach relies on employees' motivation, readiness, and trustworthiness. Although it can result in poor role definition if not managed properly, this style is effective when team members are capable of handling responsibilities independently. It is important to note that laissez-faire leadership is distinct from abdication, as leaders will still monitor outcomes and provide support when necessary. Different types style or and difference between different styles. So, autocratic leadership centralized decision making with senior managers, while this ensures quick decisions, it limits employees' involvement, potentially causing dissatisfaction. Paternalistic leadership focuses on employees' welfare, creating a sense of belonging but slowing decision making process. Democratic emphasize inclusion uh, and delegations, motivating employees but risking errors when inexperienced workers are involved. So, the effectiveness of each style depends on specific organization's needs and employees' dynamics. So here, I think so one is missing, which is less is fairer leadership. That kind of leadership promotes autonomy and innovation, which is beneficial when employees are skilled, but may lead to confusion if roles are uh, unclear. Any question so far? Which leadership style is most effective? The most effective leadership style depends on the situation. For example, an autocratic approach may be suitable during a crisis requiring quick and decisive action. Uh, Conversely, democratic or paternalistic styles may be better suited of fostering collaboration uh, and long term motivation. Modern organizations often prefer participative styles due to their positive impact on morale and engagement. However, leaders should assess the context and adopt their style to achieve optimal results. uh, Theories relating to work relationship and interactions. Leadership theories have evolved, suggesting that effective leadership can be learned through structured and experiential approaches. Leadership development encompasses cognitive, affective, and skill domains or psychomotor. Modern framework emphasize transformative learning where individuals reflect critically on experiences to improve their leadership capacity, while traditional classroom methods remain relevant. Hybrid and immersive approaches better prepare leaders for complex challenges. Theories of learning. Uh, Theories of learning provides insight into how leadership skills are acquired. Great man theory, we already discussed above. So, great man theory posits that leadership traits are innate. However, contemporary theories suggest that leadership can be developed. So, behaviorist theories uh, focuses on conditioning and reinforcement to change behavior. Cognitive theories highlights mental connections and active learning. Constructivist theories emphasize building knowledge and through experience. Social and situational theories stress the role of interactions and context in learning. Transformative theories encourage critical reflections and reflection for personal and organizational growth. So each theory contributes to understanding how individuals grow into effective leaders. Uh, Interpersonal communication has been uh, defined in many ways. So basically, here we are defining interpersonal communication. So basically, it's shaped by various theoretical perspectives, including constructivism, cognitive construction, uh, focuses on learning through environmental interactions, emphasizing intrinsic motivation, In contrast, social constructivism highlights the role of social interactions where learning proceeds development. Both approaches stress scaffolding, a temporary support system that helps learners progress to higher levels of understanding. So these perspectives guide and development of effective educational and leadership strategies. Behavioral theory. Uh, Behavioral theory basically examines human behavior by analyzing past experience and their consequences. So, this theory is central to understanding leadership development within organizations. Key contributions include classical theories such as Taylor's scientific management and Field's administrative theory focuses on efficiency and structure. Uh, Neoclassical theories such as Mayo's human relations theory emphasize worker satisfaction. Modern theories include contingency and system approaches, highlights adaptability and the integration of technology. Behavioral insights helps leaders create environments conducive to growth and performance. Social behavioral theories. Uh, these theories explains why individuals behave in specific ways and how behaviors change. Health belief modern evaluates perceived threats and preventive actions. The theory of planned behavior emphasizes intentions as key determinants of actions. The stages of change models assesses readiness of behavioral shifts. Social learning theory explored the interplay between personal, environmental, and behavioral factors. The diffusion of innovation theory studies the spread of new ideas across societies. So these frameworks provide valuable insights into influencing behavior essential for leadership and organizational development. Any questions so far? Right. Social exchange theory was introduced by George Casper Homans in 1958. This theory highlights that relationships are built on the principle of give and take. The level of reciprocity may vary depending on the intensity of the relationship. It emphasizes that individuals enter relationship with specific expectations, which, if unmet, make the relationship seems insignificant. For a relationship to thrive, emotions and feelings must be mutually shared and valued according to this theory. Relationships are never one sided. Individuals dedicate time and efforts to a relationship only when they receive something meaningful in return. In some cases, when one party feels that they are giving more than they receive, comparison with other relationships may arise, leading to dissatisfaction. Any questions so far? Interpersonal relationship model describes how individuals perceive relationships and how their perceptions evolve over time. It begins with two people meeting, developing mutual affections, and entering a relationship. The model identifies two directional components critical to shaping perceptions of relationships. Others to staff. This components refers to an individual's awareness of their partner's attitudes, thoughts, and beliefs about them. It involves understanding how a partner treats them and values the relationship. Self to others. This represents an individual's awareness of other behavior, attitude, and actions towards their partners. It focuses on how one treats the other persons in the relationship. So these components together determine the dynamic of the relationship. Leadership and management. What makes a good leaders or managers? Any comments on this or any question? Effective leadership and management are essential for organizational success. A good leader or manager inspire others and ensures maximum productivity. Several qualities are critical for effective leadership and management. Creativity to develop a vision and solve problems, composure under pressure to make sound decisions, strong communication skills for mutual understanding, desire for significant achievements, comprehensive knowledge of business related matters, possession of an authoritative yet approachable demeanor. So these traits collectively contribute to a leader or manager's ability to guide a team effectively. Leadership qualities can be innate to or developed through training. Successful leaders often exhibit a mix of personal characteristics and professional training. Leaders and managers employs different styles in their interactions with employees. Some are strict and prefer full control, while others adopt a more relaxed approach, allowing employees more autonomy. Both styles, when applied appropriately, contribute to an organization's success. So, as the style goes, an organization is only as good as the person running it. Understanding workplace motivation involves considering several factors and theories. Hawthorne effect. Uh, this diagram shows uh, different theories and effect. So Hawthorne's effect basically demonstrates that employees perform better when they feel observed and values. uh, Contrast the main approaches to the study of leadership. Today's leaders, whether political, corporate, or from civil society, must operate within a complex system influenced by global pressures and trends. The World Economic Forum's Global Risk Report 2016 highlights risks such as climate change, weapons of mass destructions, water crisis, migrations, and energy prices shocks. So leaders must not only respond to these risks but also turns them into opportunities, potentially preventing them altogether. To understand leadership in this context, three key aspects are essentials. Uh, Here, universal traits of good leaders mean certain qualities are consistently linked to effective leadership across cultures and industries such as decisiveness, resilience, and the ability to inspire. Gender and generational perspectives, leadership trait may be interpreted and valued differently across genders and generations, influencing how leaders are perceived and how they lead. Globalization impact as globalization increased, leaders are faced with the need to adopt their uh, perspectives and competencies to manage diverse, interconnected challenges on a global scale. So, by considering these factors, leaders' theory can better address the evolving needs of leaders in a rapidly changing world. Journal theories of leadership. Leadership approaches vary widely depending on circumstances. Great man or trait schools. This theory celebrates extraordinary leaders and investigates their personal traits or characteristics to understand their accomplishment. It holds that certain inherent qualities are key to effective leaderships. Behavioral or style school, this approach focuses on categorizing leadership based on how leaders balanced people and task orientation. It suggests that different combination of these orientation lead to distinct leadership styles. Notable references including studies by Stodgill 1948, uh, Levin 1938, and Causes and Posner 1995. Situational and context school. This theory emphasizes the context in which leadership occurs. It suggests that leadership adopt their behavior based on the situation, such as being more task driven or relationship oriented, depending on the needs of the moment. The theories of Horsey and Blanchard 1969 and Wareham and Yatton 1973 align with this school. Next is contingency or interactionist school. This perspective proposed that leadership effectiveness depends on various factors such as positional powers and situational context. The leader style is contingent on these factors. Key scholars include Fedler 1967 and House and Mitchell 1974. Transactional or transformational school, this theory contrasts two type of leaders: transactional leadership, which focuses on exchange and short-term goals, and transformational leadership, which seeks to inspire and unite followers through shared values and long-term goals. Scholars such as Boss 1974 and Burns 1978 are prominent in this area. Any questions so far? Any questions? Any issues so far? Right. Categories of factors associated with leadership. Leadership effectiveness is influenced by various factors and traits like capacity, achievements, responsibility, participation, status, situation. So, among these, honesty, intelligence, and are consistently regarded as essential traits of effective leaders. Several traits are identified as important for effective leadership. The percentage next to each trait indicate how frequently it is regarded as essential by various sources. So if you look at here, honesty 84%, intelligence 80%, decisiveness 80%. organizational skills 67%, compassion 57%, innovation 56%, and ambition 53%. Uh, Trait, style, skills, and knowledge of global leaders. Global leaders require a unique set of traits and skills to navigate the complex challenges of a globalized world. Some of the most important qualities include systematic thinker, the ability to understand how parts of a system interact and how changes affect the whole. Uh, Open minded leaders need to actively seek new knowledge and be willing to reconsider their own views. Inclusive, effective global leaders seek diverse perspectives and work to reconcile different viewpoints, navigate complexity. Leaders must analyze and synthesize complex issues and seize opportunities aimed uncertainty. Thinks long-term successful leaders think strategically about the future, balancing present needs with long-term goals. Global conscious understanding the interconnectedness of economic, social, and ecological system is important for global leadership. Interdisciplinary, effective leaders recognize the value of knowledge from various disciplines, including political, governance, science, business, and more. The Global Study Index, six dimensions of leadership that are important across different cultures and regions. Charismatic value-based leadership. This type of leadership involves inspiring and motivating others through shared core value and a vision of for high performance. Then, team-oriented leadership focuses on building effective teams and aligning team members toward a common goal. Participative leadership involves engaging others in decision making and implementations. Human oriented leadership. This leadership style emphasizes supportive behavior such as compassion and generosity while caring of others' well being. Autonomous leadership refers to a more independent, in, individualistic approach to leadership where decisions are made based on personal judgment and discretion. Self-protective leadership, leaders in this category prioritize the safety and security of the group, often focusing on maintaining status and saving face. Any question or any comments on this so far? Any question? Okay, transactional versus transformational leadership. Uh, Transformational leadership differs significantly from transactional leadership due to its focus on vision and purpose rather than methods. This leadership style emphasizes a clear and goal, often inspired by the leader's charisma, which motivates and stimulates followers. It is rooted in more moral responsibility, where leaders prioritize altruistic values and the well-being of their followers. Transformational leaders encourage individuals to rise above personal interests for shared objectives, whether for a team, organizations, or a broader community. This approach fosters a deep commitment to common vision, often leading to sustained motivations and positive organizational changes. Transactional leadership. Transactional leadership operates on a system of exchange where leaders provide incentives such as promotions or rewards to motivate followers. This style is effective in many scenarios but may face challenges during times of limited resources. The primary issues lies in the dependence on external rewards which may not sustain motivation over the long term despite its limitations. Transactional leadership can effectively mobilize teams by fostering short term motivation and efficiency. This approach is particularly useful in situations requiring structured tasks and clear expectations. Transformational leadership aims to inspire significant changes in individuals and organizations. Unlike transitional or charismatic leadership, this style emphasizes knowledge, expertise, and vision to foster long-term commitment among followers. So, transformational leaders focus on developing followers into future leaders, creating a self-sustaining leadership culture. This approach uh, proves particularly valuable in dynamic and fast-paced environments that requires creativity and adaptability. So transformational leaders prioritize individual and organizational growth, making it an ideal leadership model for achieving lasting success. Team-oriented leadership highlights the importance of creating effective teams by ensuring that all members works towards a shared purpose or goal. So this leadership approach includes several specific sub-skills which are collaborative team orientations, focuses on fostering cooperation among team members, team integrator, ensuring that different team members' skills and contributions are aligned for maximum impact. Diplomatic, maintaining positive relationships and managing any conflict in the teams with tact. Uh, Malevolent reserves code, addressing harmful behaviors that may disrupt the team unity. Administratively, uh, competent, efficient management of team process and resources. So the concept of team-oriented leadership is rooted in the behavioral style school of leadership theory, which emphasize a leadership approach to balancing task completion and people management. Just give me a second, guys. Yes, guys, sorry. Right. We were talking about team-oriented leadership. Team-oriented leadership. Yeah. Team integrator, uh, ensuring team integrator ensures ensuring that different team members' skills and contributes are aligned for maximum impact. Diplomatic maintaining positive relationships and managing any conflicts in the team with tact. Malevolent or reserve scored addressing harmful behaviors that may disrupt team's unity, administratively competent, efficient management of team process and resources. The concept of team oriented leadership is rooted in the behavior style schools of leadership theory, which emphasize a leader's approach to balancing task completion and people management. Blake and Moulton, 1964, a key model in the school, classifies leadership behavior into five major styles based on the balance between concerns for people and concerns for production. Team management is considered the ideal leadership style as it scores high on both people concerns and task concerns. The leadership grid categorize the following leadership in different leadership styles. Uh, Improvised managers, low concerns for both people and tasks. Country club manager, middle of the road manager, authority or obedience managers, and team manager. A significant uh, extension of team oriented leadership is the concept of servant leadership, popularized by Robert Greenleaf 1977. According to Greenleaf, servant leadership revolve around the idea of leaders focusing on the growth and well being of the team members rather than on personal power or gain. The core idea can be summarized by the uh, different test posed by Greenfield. Basically, these two, if you can see, if you see here, do those served grow as persons? Do they, while being served, come healthier, wiser, freer, more autonomous, more likely themselves to become servants? This suggests that servant leaderships not only guide teams to success but also foster personal and passionate growth in their followers. Attribute of servant leaderships in comprehensive review Russell and Stone 2002 identify two key categories of attribute of servant leaders. Functional and accompanying these attributes outline the core qualities several leaders must embody to effectively serve their team and achieve success. Functional attribute, vision, a clear understanding of a team direction and purpose. Competence, the ability to lead, example through expertise and skills. Stewardship, taking responsibility for the team's growth and well being. Modeling, demonstrating uh, basically the behavior and value expected from team members, pioneering a complying attribute, honesty, integrity, and credibility, building trust through transparent and ethical behavior, communication, influence and persuasions, listening and encourage, empowerment, teaching and delegations, And additionally, Spears 1955 expanded the list of servant leadership attribute to include uh, uh, empathy, healing, awareness, conceptualizations, foresight, commitment to growth of people, and building community. Distributed leadership. Any questions so far? Distributed leadership challenges traditional hierarchical leadership models by promoting a collective approach to power and influence. This theory emphasizes that leadership exists at various levels within an organization rather than being confined to a single individual. It fosters a collaborative and systematic perspective, enabling teams to share responsibility and decision making. So, by decentralizing leadership, this approach encourages adaptability and innovation, particularly in complex or rapidly changing environments. Participative leadership. Participative leadership involves engaging team members in decision-making process. This style is most effective when team members demonstrate high maturity and competence. Human-oriented leadership prioritize compassion, generosity, and ethical behaviors. So leaders practicing this style exhibit modesty and moral responsibility, drawing from ethical and authentic leadership theories. So, ethical leadership emphasizes how leaders should act, focusing on their values, processes, and outcomes. When we talk about next is situational leadership. Any questions so far? Okay, situational leadership adapt to the needs of the teams and the environment. Developed by Horsey and Blanchard, this model encourages leaders to assess team readiness and adjust their style accordingly. Leaders may adopt one of four approaches: directing, coaching, supporting, or delegating, depending on the competence and confidence level of their uh, team members. Any questions so far? Likert 1967, he developed the four system typology of leadership style. So, I of leadership identifying four systems: exploitive, authoritative, benevolent, authoritative, consultative, and participative. So each system reflects varying level of task and relationship orientation. Exploitive authoritative leadership relies on fear and central decision making. Benevolent authoritative leadership incorporates limited reward and delegations. Consultative leadership involves two-way communication and decentralized decision making. And finally, participative leadership emphasizes group involvement, promoting collective decision making and fostering a democratic work environment. Leadership style matrix. Eric Framholtz and Jonna Rendley developed the leadership style matrix in their book Growing Pains 2007. This matrix exists is selecting the best leadership style based on the task and the people involved. The matrix is divided into four quadrants. Each quadrant identifies two leadership styles situated to specific tasks and individuals. So the y-axis measures programmability, indicating whether the task has clear steps or is creative. The x-axis measures the capability and preference for autonomy, influenced by factors such as education, skills, and motivations. For example, a high skilled and motivated individuals may prefer autonomy, while someone with lower skills and motivations might require more guidance. Leadership styles such as autocratic, benevolent, autocratic, consultative, participative, consensus, and laissez-faire are applied depending on the combination of task, programmability, and job autonomy. Critically, value evaluate the role of leadership in strategic management. Leadership plays an essential role in strategic management by shaping the vision and direction of an organization's. Effective leadership ensures alignment with long-term goals. Here is the video to watch for your, you know, you can update, build your knowledge of Mensberg, publishing this 10 management roles in his book. So Mensberg on management inside our strange world of organization in 1919. So you can see 10 roles, figurehead, leaders, lions, monitor, disseminator, spokespersons, entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator, negotiator. So this video is about Henry Mintzberg identifying 10 roles of managers. Here I will explain a little bit. Figurehead managers perform symbolic duties like hosting events or representing the organization's uh, leader. This involves motivating employees, managing tasks, and fostering teamwork. Legends managers build external relationship for mutual benefits, such as networking with suppliers or customers. Informational roles, that these three was interpersonal and informational roles. Monitor managers gather and analyze organizational information. Disseminator, they share information with the organization, ensuring team alignment. Uh, Spokesperson managers communicate the organization's goals and performance to external stakeholders. Decisional role, entrepreneur managers identify opportunities for innovation. Disturbance handler, they address unforeseen challenges such as conflicts or crises. Resource allocator managers decide how to allocate resources efficiently. Negotiator, they lead, negotiate with external and internal parties. That's it. Here some references for recommended reading. You can visit your learning Moodle system for further reading and books. Here some references. That's it. These are few backup slides. Not necessarily we need to look at them, but I will uh, quickly go through one by one. uh, Systematic management approach, or FW Taylor 5619. So we already discussed about everything, but these are basically backup slides. So I'll go through one by one. So Frederick Taylor, or FW Taylor, he introduced something called scientific management. What does that mean? Basically, Taylor believed there's always one best way to do a job, like the most efficient way to get a task done. He studied work processes carefully and believed that by standardizing tasks, you could improve productivity. Elton Mayo, 1949, human relationship approach. He is the guy behind the human relationship relations approach. They carried out a famous study called the Hawthorne experiments in the late 1920s. So these were done at a factory where they tested how lightning and other working conditions affected workers. But you know what they found? What mattered most wasn't the lightning, it was the workers felt valued and noticed. Maslow hierarchy of needs. He came up with a theory called the hierarchy of needs. Imagine a pyramid with five levels: uh, self actualization, esteem, social security, psychological. Maslow theory, some people do question Maslow theory though. So, one common question is, do all people really have the same needs in the some order? Not always. So some people might be more motivated by personal growth while others focused on money or power. And can we ever fully satisfy all our needs? Probably not. People always want more to grow to achieve. That's why all as managers we have to look at what drives each individual's motivations is not the same for everyone. Hasberg's two-factor theories. Frederick Hasberg, he studied what makes people happy or unhappy at work. He said there are two sets of factors, motivators and hygiene factors. Motivators are things that really driven you, like achievements, recognition, interesting work, responsibility, and growth. So these make you love your job. Then we have hygiene factors. These include salary, company policy, supervision, working condition, and job security. If these are bad, you'll be unhappy. But even if they are good, they won't really motivate you. They just stop you from being unhappy. Hasberg theory in practice also pointed out Hasberg also pointed out that bonuses and financial intensive don't truly motivate people. Sure, they might work harder for a little while, but only just enough to get the reward. So, real motivation comes when the job is interesting and meaningful. That's why companies like Volvo and Toyota started designing jobs where workers work in teams, do varied tasks, and take ownership of their work. It makes people feel more involved, and that's where real motivation starts. McGeorger theory, we already discussed previously, but he gave us two very different views of workers, theory X and theory Y. Theory X says workers are lazy, don't want responsibility, and need to be watched all the time. Managers who believe this are usually strict and use money and discipline to push people. But theory Y is the opposite. It says most workers like to work, are creative, and enjoy responsibility. Theory X fits with old school top down management where bosses control everything and workers just follows order. It's all about rules and rewards. Theory Y matches the human relations approach. Managers give workers freedom, value their input, and believe they want to do well. Macklin's he said people are mainly motivated by three things: achievements, power, and affiliations. Uh, not and guess what? Not everyone is motivated by the same thing. Some people love winning and reaching goals, achievements. Other loves to read or influence power, and some just want to belong and get along with others. Affiliations. Any questions so far? Macklin, the need for affiliation. People with a high need for affiliation care deeply about relationships. They want to be liked and to be part of a group. These people do best in team-based roles where cooperation is important, but there's downside too. If a manager only wants to be liked, they might make bad decisions just to keep others happy. That's something to watch out for. Now, some people are driven by the need for power, but uh, this can go ways. This can go two ways. Some want power just for themselves to feel in control. That's called personal power, and it can be harmful. Others want power to help the group or company succeed. This is institutional power. These people make great leaders because they use their influence in a positive way. Need of for achievements, and finally we have the need for achievements. These are your high performance. uh, they love setting goals, challenging themselves and doing great work, not because someone's watching, but because it feels good to succeed. They prefer to work alone or with others who are also high achievers, and they don't need constant praise. They are motivated from within. Verum expectancy theory. Uh, Verum expectancy theory. Victor Verum gave us another way to understand motivation. He said it's all about expectations. If you believe that your effort will lead to success and that success will bring a reward you care about, then you will be motivated. But if you don't believe one of those things, your motivations drops. So it is not just about rewards, it is about your belief that your hard work will pay off. Any questions so far? The three parts of Verom's theory, let's break it down for you quickly. Verom's theory has three main duties, main parts. Expectancy, do I believe I can do the task? Instrumentality, will doing the task give me the result I want? And then valence, do I actually care about the results? If all three are strong, motivations will be high, but if even one is weak, uh, people might not even try. So that's why understanding your team's mindset is just as important as giving out rewards. That's it, guy, for today. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I know this was a bit long session. Uh, for our next session, I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. And if by then, if you have any questions, concerns, or issues, you can drop me an email at yasir@ukversity.co.uk. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Thanks and bye for now.